Hi Sagittarius, welcome to Higher Source Tarot for a 4-month predictive reading for the months of September, October, November, and December. This is for all Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. And I want to thank all of you so much for watching the readings and definitely hitting that like button. When you click the thumbs up, it does something to the YouTube algorithm and puts the reading in front of more people so that they get to see it too. And also for subscribing. It means a lot to me and I thank you. And if you're new, I'd love to invite you to join us by becoming a subscriber. I do readings every Friday and then typically again on Mondays or maybe Tuesdays. So twice a week either way. So if a reading doesn't resonate, you can always check back in a couple of days and see if it's your storyline, or watch a reading from a different part of your chart too, all right? So let's begin and get the guidance for Sagittarius, please. What does Sagittarius need to know, please? What does Sagittarius need to know for the highest good of all concerned? For Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. All right. So we'll do each month and then we'll get a couple of clarifiers from the bottom of the deck. So we begin with September here. You've got the King of Pentacles, King of Cups, the Knight of Cups, and the Emperor. October, you have the Star, the Wheel of Fortune, the Page of Pentacles, and the Queen of Wands. November, you have the Knight of Pentacles, the Seven of Pentacles, the Death card, and the Page of Wands. December, you have the Five of Cups, the Six of Cups, interesting because those are in succession. The Seven, my God, the Chariot, I do that a lot because I look at the number on the card. And the Five of Pentacles. Now the bottom of the deck, you've got here, I'm going to take all three of these. You've got the Lovers, the Ace of Pentacles, but you also have the Tower here. So this is a clarifier. It does not mean that these two are not going to happen because this came in. So don't jump to any conclusions. What I do see here though, you've got a beautiful quarter coming towards you. Very powerful reading with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 major arcana and an ace, I think, in here. Yeah. And, of course, the kings and queens, especially the ones that are in your element, they're giving you that manifestational boost here. So you start off here with September and you've got the Midas touch with the King of Pentacles. You're definitely bringing in, you have a strong ability to bring in money, all right? So it's just a lot of new growth around you, and especially with the Ace of Pentacles, this is an important combination. You have a new opportunity here. You have, it can be new health, it can be prosperity, really in any way. And it can be meeting somebody new. There's a new chapter here. It does feel like it's related to money though, with this king, because he works to reach this position. He's worked and done all this, done what he's needed to do, but he's grown all of this stuff around him, right? It's a very stable energy, and there's definitely a new chapter beginning here. And it's certainly, with the Lovers here showing up, it certainly can be in a relationship. You have, too, the King of Cups, and, he's a great life partner. You've got a life partner showing up, and it's meant to be. There's a relationship here that changes how you view life, and it can also be a decision, but I don't see a lot of, energy here that shows a huge decision is really going to change things. It feels more like it's about this relationship. And it's somebody who's philosophical, they're bright, they're fun, but very kind. And I don't know if they might work with animals in some way, like at a vet's office, or they do something, it feels like, with animals, or maybe they just have a lot of animals. I don't know. But either way, there's a gentleness about them, and they're a match for you. They are definitely a match, and it's a long-lasting relationship showing up here. Now, there could be a reconciliation. You do have cards to support that too. It does feel new to me, but again, reconciliation is in the cards, so I don't want to deny that totally. But with a relationship, with a job, the Lovers can also indicate that it's a real match with a career. And what I feel like, why this is relevant, why I have these two in my hand, and we'll add this in too, why not, right? With a career, you've got a great work environment here. It's like a long-lasting career because it's a great place to be. People want to go to work. It feels like you have, in this position, a lot of friends at work. Just good people are around you. So if there's been some difficulties there, that certainly feels like it's behind you. So somebody here has been manifesting a relationship through visualization, and I feel like they really have it down. Like they get it, that they're seeing the end result. They use those imaginal forces to see what they want to see, and they don't get hung up on the details. The devil is in the details. And so what can slow manifestations down is too much focus on the how. So we get focused on manifesting texts and phone calls and chance meetings, and that then becomes the outcome, and that's really the how. So what happens here when you do this, if you're doing it in with some of the proven methods that are out there, you're really seeing a future. You're seeing into the future and seeing what you want to create, but it's definitely being guided by the universe. So for some of you too, the Tower is kind of an interesting energy because it does feel like maybe something was cleared out in the past. And it was sudden, and may have been very painful, and it brought with it this sense of clarity and wisdom, and really a sense of self-worth and knowing your value, knowing really who and what you are. And with the Emperor here, the Emperor does not bow down to anybody, right? The Emperor definitely knows his own worth. Empress isn't here, is she? No. So with the Emperor here, though, you're moving forward with authority, with structure, with confidence. You're moving through life, and it feels like my path is very clear. That's what I get. The path is very clear. It seems like things just unfold for you. It just seems like it's this beautiful map that just unfolds one turn after the next. There's no uncertainty here. And interestingly enough, you've got the Star card here. Well, guess what comes after, what comes after the Star card, or what comes before it, is the Tower. They are in order. So I feel like the Tower is representative of something that you went through in the past, because the Star is a recovery from it. The Star and Temperance always show up after a crisis. It's interesting, though, we don't point this out a whole lot. With the Tower, you have these yods falling down, and those are the first letter of the name of God. What you won't do for yourself will be done for you, all right? What you can't do for yourself will be done for you in the universe's plan. If you are in some kind of a situation that was draining your energy and really draining your life force, that had to be exited. The universe will not keep an imbalance of power like that in place. And so once that was done, you had to have this period of renewal. And this is wish fulfillment. You're far enough, it feels like, past that Tower moment to be on this road of emotional depth. There's a journey of self-discovery here. It's wish fulfillment, though. This is Aquarius energy, but it's also very watery energy. It's this sort of pouring out of emotions. So for those of you that are in the reconciliation, you've got an interest in that, there's going to be a pouring out of emotions. And there needs to be, there's some unfinished emotional business here, and to move forward that needs to be addressed, but then, then to move forward with it and onto, onto something new, onto a renewal. So if it's a new relationship though too, it's time to move forward and to express how you feel, both of you. You do have a new cycle beginning here with this Wheel of Fortune. Again, this is in October. And this is also one of my favorite cards to see because it's infinite abundance. It's a manifestation of whatever you want. It's truly a time of fortune and a card of cycles. It's a turning point and a change for the better. You've got a turning point here a couple of times, but then it's interesting because you've got the turning points with the immediate change for the better right on its heels. There's something more coming in for you, and it's a good luck charm. I mean, it really is. Each cycle you go through is transformative energy. And again, if it's a relationship, I mean, you can't really get more transformative, right, than this, especially with these as clarifiers. There's a beautiful cycle beginning here, and it's full of love. It's full of new opportunities and growth coming towards you. So it's really beautiful energy. You then go into the Page of Pentacles, and he also brings an offer, but for a page, he's slightly more mature. It's like this energy where it may be kind of a smaller offer, but it's not as developed as it could be, all right? But there's still an offer, and with the Wheel of Fortune, that can bring tremendous momentum. So it's an offer that will build, and there's appreciation though. I do feel like the reason why it might be small is sort of really, even though he's in a page, he's a little more mature, sort of a maturity, and just not wanting to go into something that feels impulsive. It feels like it's well thought out, it's well laid out, and again, this person is amazed and delighted by you, Sagittarius. They see your worth. They see you. They know they've got their eye on the prize, all right? It's really beautiful. And here you are in your personal power with the Queen of Wands. She brings in passion for these new opportunities. There's a real spark within you that's ignited, fierce, and really unstoppable. You have great loyalty around you. You have great friends around you, people who want to see you win. They want to see you succeed, and they know what's possible for you. They really do. And there might even be somebody who's manifesting for you. I mean, a friend or somebody around you. They may be doing this to keep their mind off of their own manifestation, but I definitely feel that, like somebody else is visualizing on your behalf, or maybe they're just praying for you. That could be too, if it's, you have friends or people around you who pray for people. That could be too, but you've got a real passion developing here. November feels like a good month for money. You've got the Knight of Pentacles that comes in. It's very prudent with finances, so you may get some unexpected money, especially with the Wheel of Fortune right above it, and the Ace of Pentacles here. It's a new opportunity, but you're responsible with it. Again, in terms of a relationship, it's a long-lasting commitment. And in terms of work too, some of you may be looking at a longer stay at a place than you had thought. That's possible, but it also could just be the steadfastness of a career, because there may be a possibility that you'll move jobs, because actually, as I look at the rest of the cards, it may be more about the career and the financial stability and being able to move. You're stable enough that opens a door for something new, especially with the Seven of Pentacles here, because this is about you've sown the seeds, you've created, right? It's time to harvest. You wonder what's next. You've put in the work, you've laid the plans, you've laid the foundation, and you've created something that's sustainable here. Now, for some of you, if you've created passive income, that will be growing, where you're figuring out a system for yourself that's really a long-term sustainable thing. and it's, you know, like if you recorded a song or something, I don't know who in the world that would be for, but if you did, that you start getting paid on it and realize this continues to make money now that once it's out there, and it's that kind of thinking, like, now what's next? So you've got a transformation with the Death card, and I actually very much like to see this card come in because it's really about a brand new beginning. You know, if there's anything left, any limiting belief, it will be time to release that. It's letting go of anything in the old ways to make room for the new. It is truly a new beginning of self coming in. So you get all this beautiful energy coming forward, and it allows you to really reinvent yourself in a way that ascends. It brings you into a much more open-minded state too. There's a definite rebirth of character here. So there's enlightenment, and that could be from the Tower moment that we talked about a couple of times here. You know, you let go of everything that doesn't serve you to let in all the good that is coming in your tomorrows. So with the Page of Wands right next to it too, you've got this inspirational energy around you, and this certainly can be you inspiring others to take action, but you take action when you're in this kind of energy. It's really a proven leader here. You've got this leadership quality, and you know, it's a lot of desires, but there's this sort of cheerleader energy around it, and that may be people around you too who really support you and want to see you win. They do. They want to see the best for you. Now, you do have the 5 of Cups that shows up. It's interesting because you have the 5 and the 6 in a row. And again, when we have succession in cards, it's meaningful. I think you're going to have a turning point because you go from this 5 right into the 6, and then you have a 7 right after it, 5, 6, 7. I think if you've had any disappointment where you felt like you did not get what you deserved and it caused some heartache here, I think you're moving on from that with this 5 of Cups. It's a change, all right? This is anything around you too, any person who lives in negatives, I think you're going to be moving on from them. It doesn't, again though, there's a lot about a reconciliation here and a new relationship. So it feels more like it's maybe a negative Nancy, Debbie Downer friend. It feels more like that than anything else. But you go right into the 6 of Cups. And so it's a transition, right? When you go from the 5 to the 6. So you go from this focusing on negatives to a very positive energy field with all this yellow around you. And there's an offer here. It's a nostalgic feeling. It's a sentimental longing. But it is truly a time of happiness. It's a time of kind of looking at your life and really seeing the areas where gifts have come in, good energies have been there when you've needed them, and it brings you forward because then you have the Chariot, and this is where the Fool learns about goal attainment, and this is goals for you. It's also a travel card, and with the Wheel of Fortune showing up here, that could certainly be possible. You've got this energy of moving forward, and I feel in a relationship, you're going to be on the next level. The new year, you could be getting engaged on New Year's Eve. It's definitely a card of strength, commitment, but because it's Cancer energy too, there's this undercurrent of a very nurturing energy. It's not quite as strong as the Emperor, you know, not quite as stern as that. He's got more of a loving, like I said, a loving undertone to it. Now, this is interesting because you have the 5 of Cups and the 5 of Pentacles here. And, you know, with this 5 of Pentacles, this can be separating from a larger group. So I mentioned about career. It's possible you could change jobs to go to something better. But with this card, it's always telling you, you always have support with you no matter what you choose. You have this ride or die with you. So even if there's some naysayers, it's okay because you're not going to lose everything. You continue to have whoever this person is, and really you may not need this larger group, you know, but there's 2 here and then there's 2 here. So it does feel like there's a possibility that you could end up separating from something bigger But know that you're still on track, and you've, like I said, you haven't lost anything really. So we'll see what the angels have to say for you, and then we'll do one final message, and that'll be it for now. So you begin here with success, all right? So on the trajectory that you're on, you have multiple tarot cards here too that agree with this, that you are on a path to success, on a path of goal attainment, and really manifesting your heart's desires. And trust the universe. Know the universe is always on your side, Sagittarius. You can have, do, or be anything. You've got a very, you've got that fire energy that brings in that spark, and you have it here several times. That spark that, ignites a new endeavor, a new opportunity. And then remain positive. So continuing to have that positive energy flow through you, connected to that. And, if there are people around you who don't live that way, they may be people that you end up seeing less of in order to maintain that connection. So we'll close with Abraham Hicks, Ask and It Is Given. It is not about controlling my thoughts. It is about guiding them. We are not encouraging you to make an effort to control your thoughts, but instead to more or less guide your thoughts. Reaching for the way you would like to feel is an easier way to hold your thoughts in vibrational alignment with that which you believe is good. So Abraham Hicks talks about something that they say is Jerry's work, but it's not actually. It's Emmett Fox, and it's in the 7-Day Mental Diet. And he talks about thoughts being like when an ember from a fire lands on your, I think he does call it a cashmere sweater, and you quickly brush it off before it does any damage. And the whole paper, or the short, the guidance of the 7-Day Mental Diet, is just not to dwell in negative thoughts, that they do sometimes creep in, but as long as you quickly avert your thoughts to something positive towards goal attainment, it won't affect you. So it's very much in line with this, though it's not about totally controlling them, but guiding them. So great things shall come to pass for you, Sagittarius. I love you so much, and I'll be back again soon.